Rabbi Chanina bar Papa, Rami. Rabbi Chanina bar Papa. Let's put this together so you see it's a name. Rabbi Chanina bar Papa. Rami, he pointed out a contradiction. The word Rami means to place or to throw, probably like the game, Rami cube. And what it means here is that he positioned two psukim opposite each other to show that it's a contradiction. It's usually translated as Rami. He asked the contradiction. Ksiv, one pasuk, it says, this is in Hosea. Here we can see that on the side in this lovely Gemara. It says V'lokachti over there, number 4. So that number 4 there goes to that. V'lokachti Degana, I will take my grain in its time, v'goimer, etc. Let's write that out. V'goimer, etc. Whenever there's a pasuk that doesn't conclude, it says v'goimer. That means and the completion, which is etc. So it says God is saying if the Jewish people don't follow His commands, He will take His grain in His time. So it's digani. Dagan is the noun of grain, and digani is the possessive ending, which means my grain. Uksiv, and it's also written, Va'asafta Degnecha, I will take, you will gather your grain. Va'asafta, you will gather. That's Va'asafta, you will gather your grain. V'goimer, and etc. So this is a question, because once it's called mine and once it's called yours. So the Gemara says, Loi kasha, and I gotta write that down so you'll be able to see it. Let's erase it, Tosfos. Oh, isn't that lovely? Okay, let's go back. So this stands for Loi Kasha, and that's the abbreviation is Lamed Kuf. Loi Kasha, it's not a question. That means we're about to start the answer. Kan here, Bizman, at a time she Yisrael Oisim Ritzonai Shel Makom. She Yisrael Oisim Ritzonai Shel Makom. Jewish people are fulfilling the will of Hashem. Makom is Hashem, the place. Kan, and here, Bizman, at a time, She'ein Yisrael Oisim Ritzonai Shel Makom. Way too many words. Here, it's a time when the Jewish people are not doing the will of Hashem. So let's highlight the psukim here. Let's see. Let's change the color. Let's see if this works. No, I need a larger brush. 1 second. Let's see. Marker, full point, paintbrush. Oops. And we'll show you the psukim. I'll do it like that. So it may be too dark. Let's see what happens. Well, that's way no good. Let's undo. And okay, so we'll do it like this. V'lakachti Degani, and the opposite of that, the contradiction verse is V'asafta Degnecha. Let's finish the pasuk. Okay, that's good. Next Gemara, Tanu Rabbanan. Let's put that in right here as well. Taf Reish stands for Tanu Ra. And we said that that's a plural of Rav, which now makes our rabbi Shanu Chachamenu. Okay, so the pasuk says, the rabbis taught, Va'asafta Degnecha, and you will gather your grain. Ma Talmud Laimar. Oh, we got another one here. Talmud Laimar, that stands for Talmud. The teaching says, what is this teaching saying? That's a question mark. Lefi shenemar, because it says in a pasuk, we'll mark this down shortly, Layomer Sefer HaTorah Zemipicha, that this Sefer Torah should not depart. Yomash is to depart. Hazeh, this Sefer Torah Mipicha, from your mouth. Okay, let's mark down the psukim quickly. I think that's what we were using. Let's do this again. The first pasuk is V'asafta Degnecha, and then the next one is Layomash Sefer HaTorah Zemipicha. Okay, back to my pen. And Yachal, is it possible? Dvarim kiksavam. that these words are literal, that the Torah should never depart from your mouth. It means you have to constantly study Torah and never stop even for a second. Or maybe it doesn't mean consistent as opposed to constant. You have to study Torah every day, in the morning and at night. So Talmud Loimar that we had before, the pasuk teaches us, the teaching says, "Vaasfta Degannech," that you should gather your grain. Hanag bahem, treat with them. Hanag bahem, you should behave with them. Minig derech eretz, in a behavior of derech eretz, of the way of the world, of the way of the earth, which means that you should go to work and gather your grain. Divri Rabbi Shmuel, these are the words of Rabbi Shmuel, which means Rabbi Shmuel says that Vaasfta Degannech means that people are allowed to go to work. What do we do with the pasuk? Liyamer sefer HaTorah mipicha, that you're never allowed to stop learning Torah. That's not literal. It doesn't mean it should never depart literally. It means that you should study Torah every day. It should never depart entirely, but it doesn't mean that it's constantly. It means consistently. Reb Shimon ben Yochai, Aimer, let's put down as Rabbi Shimon. That's a mem. Whoops, Shimon. Reb Shimon ben Yochai, Aimer. Reb Shimon ben Yochai says, he argues on Rabbi Shmuel. Efsher, is it possible? Adam chayrish b'shas charish. I'm just going to put in the commas there. That a person plows at the time of plowing. V'zeireya b'shas ria, and he sows with an O. He sows, and it means he plants seeds in the ground at the time of sowing. V'koitzer, and he harvests. B'shas ktsira, at the time of harvesting. V'dash, and he threshes. B'shas disha, at the time of threshing. That means he crushes the kernels out of their husks. V'zayra, and then he winnows. That means he throws the kernels into the air. And he blows b'shas ruach, at the time of the wind. Is it possible? If a person does that, Torah ma tehei aleha, what will be with the Torah? That's like an exclamation question mark. Ella, rather, Bisman sheYisrael Yisrael Mitzvah Shel Makam, at a time that the Jewish people are fulfilling the will of Hashem. So what happens? Malachta nasis al yedei acherim. The work is done. Let's put down an al yedei up there. Al yedei. Whoops. Let's get the ayin. Al yedei. Al yedei means through. It's ayin yod, an abbreviation. Through others. That means they can go to Kailal and other people will study will take care of their businesses. Shenemar, as it says. And let's look at the number 7. Which is in Yeshaya. V'amdu zarim. Strangers will stand up, and they will pasture your sheep. That means you feed your sheep. V'goymer, etc. So if the Jewish people are fulfilling the will of Hashem, then layamer sefer Torah mipicha, you'll be able to study Torah the whole time. Bisman, in a time she'ein Yisrael oisim ritzaynai shel makayim, when they're not fulfilling the will of Hashem, then Malachta nasis al yedei atzman. Their work is done through themselves. Al yedei, again, an abbreviation. Shenemar, as it says, Vaasfta Degannech. You will gather your grain. You'll have to do it yourself. V'loyoid, but not only that. Ella, rather, Shemalaches achirim, the work of others. Nasis al yadan. We don't have an abbreviation. It's nice, they wrote it out for us. Is done through your hands. You'll have to serve others as well. Do work. Instead of studying Torah. Shenemar va'avadata sevecha. That sounds like a pasuk from Chumash, and it is. It's in Devarim Chavches. Sounds like in the Klalas. Kisavai. You will have to serve your enemy. Okay. V'goymer, etc. Okay, we discussed in the class the Taisvis, where here, Taisvis' question is that here Rabbi Chanina Bar Papa says, Vaasfta Degannech is talking about, it's up here, is talking about when the Jewish people are fulfilling the will of Hashem, and here Vaasfta Degannech is talking about when the Jewish people are not fulfilling the will of Hashem. That was Taisvis' question, and I think Zalmi got the answer, just thinking on his own. Let's continue till the 2 dots. Amar Abaya. Abaya says, Harbe yasu ki Rabbi Yishmael. Many people did like Rabbi Yishmael. Va'alsa biyadan, and they were successful. That means that they went to work and they studied Torah as well, and they were successful. Rab Shimon ben Yochai, many people try like Rab Shimon ben Yochai. That means they just tried to learn the whole day, and other people will hopefully do their work. V'lei also biyadan, and they were not successful. V'lei also biyadan. It did not come into their hands. That means they didn't manage to succeed. Amalei Rava l'Rabbanan. Amar Lahu, probably. Rava l'Rabbanan. Let's put that in. Amar Le is really Amar Lahu. It's not writing. Okay. B'matusa minaychu. That means I beg of you. B'yaymi Nisan of Yaymi Tishrei, during the days of Nisan and during the days of Tishrei. Those are the time when it's important to watch the workers or take care of the agricultural things in the field. Lei tischazu kamai, do not be seen before me. It means I don't want to see you during that time. Ki hechi, so that deloi titradu b'mizaynaichu, that you should not be bothered, troubled with your parnasa, mizaynais, with your parnasa, kula shaita, the entire year. In other words, take care of your needs and then come back and we'll study then. Which seems to be that everyone is saying that you should follow Rabbi Shmuel's opinion. If with Tosfos you'll be able to explain the difference that Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai is talking about only individuals as opposed to Rabbi Shmuel. That's talking about the common folk.